Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Coffee Time. This is Sami again here. Armin again here. What you want is again here. But for what? And let me say, today is 12th August 2023 and Line Live the King. What we wanna do, I want to make a new playlist, which I think years back I decided to make a playlist for C# language. Not successful, and now I've decided to talk about a C#, very fast and intensive uh, subjects from begin to the end. We learn together. It means we're not touching something. Teaching something. We're learning together. Okay. And now I want to talk about C# language and syntaxes. And just if you are beginner, this will helps you. Okay. Because when I'm talking about C# language, we want to talk about all frame. For example, you make Windows form application. And now let me first of all show what I mean by C#, because when I'm talking about let me say here, for example, I saw something here interesting here. When I'm talking about C#, C# is a language, and .NET framework is just a framework where you're going to write and work there, and this is just IDE where you write your code. If I'm coming here, I think C# 10 is the last one. I don't know, 22, maybe. Then .NET, this is not okay because .NET 7 I'm using it, and maybe it's C# 11. Okay, but this is the point. C# is a main language, and this .NET Core is just main core. Okay, let me first of all show you what I mean. First of all, I want to show you C# Windows application. What I mean by Windows application, if I'm coming now here, before, for example, let's imagine you guys working with Windows. Okay, let's imagine, for example, I have here leeches. Okay, when I double click here, I get new Windows here, and look at here, this is a form. This is a form which maximize, minimize, and I see some other things here. For example, I see here button. If I say, for example, if I click here, something here happened. Okay, you see, but I'm still in Windows environment. I have here button, and I have here just a form. This is a form, Windows application, a standalone Windows application which is runs and execute commands in Windows environment. Okay, I close it, and I say, for example, I have here Paltalk. For example, this is what I got here. All these things are applications. Okay, let's see. If I click there, new Windows, new application, new form application appears. It doesn't matter in which language is written, just this is a form, and we have here 1 2 3 4 5 6 button. Okay, if I click, for example, here, something happened, will happen, and if I click here, it say okay, other form opens, and I say okay, close it. Okay, let me show you something else. For example, this PC, this is a form. When you click on your my computer, this is a Windows form. Okay, if I look at this very carefully, I see here maximize button, I see here search input. This is just, I'm talking generally, you don't need to understand, but just I'm making analysis what is a Windows form application, because maybe you say, okay, when we write the code, where I'm using, this is a form. Refresh button, this is a button, small button. Here I have I don't know, a list or what, and I have here again button. These are all button. If I double click, it goes to other form. Okay, for example, I have here Manicam. You see, this is a form, Windows form, which here button. Okay, first of all, let's go here back to here. I say here new. Here just is introduction, what we want to do. Here when I'm coming here, this is just Visual Studio. These are standard free application, which I'm going to put link in description to install, because this is the core things what you need, and expected that this is just already installed. Here, when you install that, when you want to make a new project, it asks you, do you want console app? Just generally, what is console? Something like this. I'm executing command here. Console. Sometimes you want to make application, no front end, no view, just behind the scene execute some tasks like this. Okay, I have here ASP.NET, Blazor server, all these components we are coming one by one. Okay, I say here I want form application. If I say form, here it say here I will say .NET. I don't want to have .NET, or maybe well C#, .NET. Let me see, Visual Basic. No, Visual Basic can I also write, but all the school here, Windows here. Let's take this one, Windows 4. I say here next, Windows 4. I make this. These all are form. Visual Studio is also form. Okay, let's make that new project, which is now here. Just watch this. No need to memorize something or what. Let's this application runs. You say load the designer. It will load something for us. Let's see what's that. We want to make design. We want to make form application, something that our user wants to see and maybe click, and I don't know, some specific tasks. Okay, this is a phase of standard Windows form in Visual Studio, which contains here. If I double click here, I'm going in. You don't need to memorize, but just a thing here. I want to say what is a form. For example, I say here input. I mean text. These are all components. Now I say here text. This is a text button, for example, and now I say here I have a name. I have here also a label. I take it here. I say here label. The name is what? Here I say here double click first. Then I'm coming back here. I say here I have a box which let me see, view properties. If I'm finding it, actually why I'm not properties here. Okay, here I say the name of that is your name. Okay, your name, and I say I have also button. Okay, very simple, just show you what is form application. And then I say okay, I say for example here I have for example a text box. Now I want to go here in button. Just I say here when clicked reach box dot append, for example, text which is label one dot text. I say here when I click there, just the text which is, I say here when you text here something and you click, just show the text here. Simple, just to show what's form application. Okay. Application runs. Let's imagine. Look, we have here now a new form. Form one is 4. I say here I'm Armin and I click and it say your name. I'll now text. I say here that text. But when I click, something here happened. Okay, this is form application. You see it. All these components. What you hear is, let's see here text document. This is new. This is new component. I mean new form application. Okay, this is form application. Now let me close this. I will go back to other one. This is one type of application which we make with C# and just this environment. Okay, other one is console application. Let's imagine, I'm coming here. I say here, for example, I want to go over here. You click here. This is just form application, which is just for specific things. You don't need. You work just here. For example, cdc. I don't know. Come back here. You make commands and just you run it here. Let me show you something. If I click here, I say here YouTube Serie. Let me close this. Here is just empty console application. I want to see here console. Just no need to memorize something. Console dot write line. Give me that. The console dot write line was that, I think. Console dot write line. Army welcome. Okay, something like this. Let's run it, for example. Welcome. Very simple, very easy. This is console. Armin welcome. Okay, this is the second type. This is so basic. And now let's go to the third one, which is web application. What is web application? For example, you're coming here, huh? This is web application. You say, for example, you see this is just this runs at like a web environment, which I'm coming now back here. I'm closing it, and I say here, for example, I'm going to load this one, but first of all, let me just I run my project, which is here. But in let's now it runs. This is web application framework, and then write in C#. What's the point here? The point is this: in all these variables, say you need just something like C# language. That's the main core. If you know that, you write code in any direction. But now in these days, for example, very hardly you find someone that writes desktop application, standalone application, web application, other application. I don't know. Maybe focus more one side. I don't know, because Windows Form application is stay with me from years of 2002, 3, 4, 5, those years, and that's just, I don't know, something just with me. And now let's wait for this, because of this mannequin. Look, now my application runs. Okay, now let's wait. It runs. I have here a web page which I have here API, and we talk later API to manage that application talks together. Just let's machine stuck it together, something like that. Okay, this is here, for example, this is just web application, but the main language is just C#. Okay, this is the third one, and this is just the three type of application which at least I make, and we want to go for core thing, which is C# language. We learn that C# language and using different environment frameworks, let's say that. See you in this next one, and we wanna then talk about variables. Okay, have a nice day. See you in the next one.